So very good morning to all of you. Happy Pharmacist Day. Happy Pharmacist Day. And I hope that all of you are keeping safe and healthy. So let's start with the basics of intellectual property rights. And I would say that it's very easy, to get on the basics of intellectual property rights. For example, the room in which you are sitting, the headphones that you are using, the laptop or any kind of electronic gadget that you are using, the pen that you are using, the notebook that you are using, the chair on which you are sitting, the table that you are using, they all are the products of someone's intellect, and the properties over such intellect is called as intellectual property rights. So these are the basics, that whatever we are using in our life, everyday life, the IP is all around us. It's just that we need to see it. We need to identify it. Otherwise, it's everywhere. The room in which you are sitting, it would not have been possible if someone has not put their intellect or the idea or the thought that, okay, let's construct something. So that's the work of a civil engineer. But before that, what is to be used for constructing anything? The building blocks are the your bricks and the other cement and all. So everything whatever we see, or I would rather say that the physical properties around us, be it mobile, your specs, your headphones, your laptop, your pen, your pencil, your chair, your table. I mean, you go in kitchen, you go anywhere in this entire world, you will see that it's the intellect. It's because of someone's intellect. So definitely the property that is created with the use of intellect, thought, idea, and the rights over such properties are known as intellectual property rights. हम इसको इस तरीके से समझेंगे कि अपनी बुद्धि की उपयोग से हम जो संपदा बनाते हैं, और उस संपदा पे, संपदा मीन्स प्रॉपर्टी, उस पर हमें जो अधिकार मिलते हैं उनको हम बोलते हैं इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स, यानी कि बौद्धिक संपदा अधिकार, बुद्धि का प्रयोग. So I think it's very different term, because constantly in our daily-to-day life, or like for years and years, हम यही सुनते हैं कि property खरीद लो, let's buy a property, be it in the form of a land or a flat or anything else, right? But we never put the emphasis on creating a property with the use of mind. So today we are going to see that what is the impact and actually what is the value of such intellectual property rights, and why still we are not using it. We should use it now. We should use it. So I think on today's occasion, which is a very, I would say, auspicious occasion of the Pharmacist Day, every one of us should pledge that yes, in our lifetime, we will create one property, at least one intellectual property, right? And that will serve as a pipeline for us for the rest of the physical properties that we can create. So let's start with this. So as you know that today we are living in a knowledge-based economy, be it you, be it me, or be it any of these companies which you can see on my screen, they all are based on the knowledge-based economy. So they have created their wealth, how? Based on just the knowledge. The world's largest retailer, Alibaba, they own no stores. Uber, it's the world's largest taxi business owner. They have no taxis of their own. iTunes, they have no stores or CDs. Okay, only they supply everything in the digital way. Facebook, they are the world's biggest content platform where we people create the content. Okay, so that's how. And Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, owns no property. So there are so many and innumerous examples, but here I took few of them. So the only thing to gather all these examples are that all these knowledge-based businesses, they have no tangible asset, or whatever they have created is not based on the tangible. Whatever they have created, the fortune that they have created is based on the intellect, intangible. So in other term, we call intangible and intellectual. Both are the synonym to each other. So either it's intellectual or intangible, right? In case of physical property, we call it tangible or a physical property. So these are the examples where we can see that where our future we are heading. So we are definitely, our future is towards the intangible assets, because it's more of knowledge-based economy in which we are living, and more we can see. So as I told you, intellectual property rights means rights over the properties which are created with the help of mind or the thought. Okay. So IP is all around us, that I told you. And in fact, the human civilization, I would say, it is built on the IPR. IPR, if there would be no IP, just imagine if someone would not have put thought or their mind or used their brain, then the human evolution would not have been possible. The development that we see today is not possible. So whatever the inventions, you just imagine that if someone has not put their research, their knowledge into the research, then the COVID vaccine would not have been possible. And just imagine the plight we were having when it has just started. Right, today, almost all of us are, I think, vaccinated. And it's just because that someone has used their knowledge, they have put that into research, and the results are here. So important is that if someone is really putting their efforts, their energy, their intellect, and their time in creating something, then that person or that that company or the group of individuals, they really deserve some benefits or some motivation. So that motivation or that whatever they deserve, that should be not in the terms of monetary, but it should give them certain rights also, so that for a certain period of time, few people should not copy that particular thing in which they have put their years and years of research and efforts. And as all of you are coming from the pharma background, you know that there are so much research is going in pharma also. We have recently seen the case of COVID times where, you know, the whole world was like totally engaged. In fact, I have seen the people from non-pharma background who also tried, maybe in terms of mask, or maybe in terms of sanitizer, or maybe in some equipments. Yeah, right. So this is called the innovation, right? So whenever there is a desire, there is a need, it automatically your mind starts operating. So this is how. So property, it's like the ownership that we get. So the same ownership that we get in the physical property, that is same applicable in the intellectual property also. The same way we can lease our tangible property, we can sell it, we can put it on rent. Okay, the same way we can rent, or we can lease, or we can give our license our intellectual properties also, that we will see in this whole session. So I think this already I took, that, yeah, one important thing is that the intellectual property rights, they are termed as the negative rights. Now, why the IPRs are termed as the negative rights? Because they are restricting others from using that particular thing without your permission. So a person cannot use, okay, or make use of any IP without your concern or without your permission. That's why it is negative, right? Because it stops others, to copy the same. Okay. So now these are the types of IPR which are very important, and all of the IP rights have their own role, and all of the IP rights, they protect certain feature. Like patents, if we say, so patent, it protects the invention. So for example, if you have invented something which has the novelty, like newness, or which is non-obvious, right, and which has the industrial utility, then it will be protected by the patent. The best example you can see is the vaccines, okay, in pharma. In pharma, the API, the new molecule, right, new chemical entity and new molecular entity, they are protected by the patent. Now, in case if you find any indication, okay, for a particular any disease, okay, or any indication, for example, a cancer, and you made or invented some anti-cancer drug, then the use of that particular anti-cancer drug in that particular disease, that can also be protected by patent. The formulation, it is very well known that the formulations, they are also protected by the patent only, right? In fact, the drug delivery technologies, be it your, osmotic pumps are like an old one, but there are so many new drug delivery technologies available, which can be protected again by the patents. So the same how in pharma, it is like the formulation, or be it the new chemical entity, or be it the new molecular entity, they are protected by the patents in different fields, like be it engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, or anything which has some technical aspect, it is protected by the patent. The simplest way is to, which has got some technical aspect, is protected by the patent. Now, copyrights. Copyrights means any kind of rights which are given over the literary or artistic work. So, for example, if I will tell you in context of pharma, I would like to give you the example that the label you see over the your medicine, right, or any kind of package, that can be protected by the copyright. And the end of that label, you would see there is a C mark within the circle. Like in case if you are able to see at the bottom of this screen, it's written copyright Intenja Advisors LLP. So it means that no one can copy this particular PPT or the slide. So this is how you can protect. Okay. The second, the example of copyright is the research papers or the review articles that you write. Okay. They are protected by the copyright. Third is trademarks. Trademarks. And in Hindi, we call it Vyapara Chinha, right? So any mark which designate your trade or your vyapar, it is called as the trademark. So it can be anything. It can be a word, it can be a logo, it can be a device. Device means combination of logo and the word. Okay, it can be any shape. Example is your Sandoz calcium, which comes in the package of a dog with a dog bottle, means a bottle with a dog face. Then it can be a Coca-Cola bottle. It is also a trademark. That shape is trademark protected. It can be color, for example, make Maggie noodles, the color yellow color, okay, or it can be a Cadbury Dairy Milk, the purple color, or it can be the Parle-G biscuit on which that baby is there. So all these are the trademarks, right? Then, trademarks these days, trademarks also include the sound marks. If you have, I think almost all of you watch the Netflix, so the dadam sound that comes before starting the Netflix, that is also trademark protected. The sound, smell can also be protected by the trademark. I mean, if I will definitely share my calendar with your faculty, just have a look at the calendar. You will enjoy those calendars. Okay. Then the industrial designs. Now, industrial designs means the physical aspect or the physical appearance of anything comes under the industrial design. So what is the difference between the patent and industrial design is? Patent protect the technical aspect. Industrial design just protect the ornamental aspect. Ornamental means appearance, only appearance, not any functionality. If there is some functionality, there is some process or anything to do with the technical or the mechanism, that will be protected by the patents, because that is invention. But here we are saying industrial design means it's an industrial product and its design is to be protected, means its appearance is to be protected. I would like to just try to correlate with that I am Surbi Sharma. Okay, so my face is my identification. That few of the people, they know, they identify me by my face. Now this will be an industrial design. Okay, but the technicalities I possess, okay, the knowledge that I possess, that is the patent. You would like understand this way, that these are the two different things. So only aesthetic aspect is protected by the industrial design. Okay, so like for example, your mobile, now how it looks, so this design, but what is inside this mobile, I mean, it is based on whether Android or iOS or your Windows, that is its technical aspect, which is protected by the patent. Okay, so in pharma also you see many things like the vaccine. Okay, it is protected by the patent because it's an invention, it has got some technology and all, but the way it is administered, through something. Okay, so the appearance of that particular syringe, right, or everything that can be protected by the design. Then geographical indication. Geographical indication means those geographical attributes which are responsible for the characteristic of a certain product. For example, Nashik grapes. Okay, so they are tagged as Nashik grapes because they can be grown in that particular territory also. Yes, I can grow the grapes at Bangalore also. Right now I'm at Bangalore. Here also people used to produce grapes, but we cannot say that these are Nashik grapes. No, and because of the geography, the taste, the length, the quality, everything differs. So geographical indication. So you know that there are so many mats, or there are so many weaving, like in Maharashtra, if I will say, there is a sari named Panthani sari. Okay, now that indicates the geography, because particularly people are skilled in that particular people, that those families, they are coming from this, they are so skillful in making these saris. Yes, they can train others and make others, but the fibers, the whatever the threads they are using, okay, so all these features have an important role. And there is also another kind of IP which is called as the geographical indications. Then the next one is plant variety. It is very, I would say, from pharma point of view, it is very nice that you all of you must have gone through this pharmacognosy subject in your syllabus. And there is a niche IP which is known as plant variety IP. So in case if you develop any new plant, okay, new variety of a plant, then you will be eligible to get the protection over that plant variety. Okay, then the next is integrated circuit layout designs. So it is like, have you seen that green chip? Okay, the green chip over which you can see a minute points, and there are so many connections available. You can see it in your phone. Earlier it used to come in TV also. Right now also, yes, it comes. And there are so many electronic items everywhere. That chip is there, that semiconductor chip. Okay, it has got. So the way the circuits are connected to each other, that particular layout, it is protected by the integrated circuit layout designs. Okay. So as you see on the screen, patents, the term for the patent is 20 years from the date of filing. So for example, today if I file a patent, today is 25th of September 2021, I filed a patent, okay, and after prosecution and everything, if it will be granted, we are taking a positive scenario that yes, it will be granted, then how you are going to calculate the 20 years of protection? So it will be calculated from 25th of September 2021, no matter the patent's grant date is after 2 years. So just for example, my patent will be granted on 25th September 2023. Okay, but if someone asks you that what is the term of your patent, like till what time it will be valid, so you will say that 20 years will be counted from 25th September 2021. Okay, so this is how we count the date. So the patents, they give you the grant for 20 years. And why? Because you exchange or you disclose your new invention with the patent office, with the government. How? By filing a patent. Okay, so what patent covers? It covers any scientific, it covers the technical advancement or any innovation which can be protected by the patent. And how the patent appears, so it's, I think definitely you would have seen, or definitely you guys would have filed also. So it's a scientific techno-legal document drafted with the claims to ensure the proper coverage of invention. So the claim part is the legal part, rest the whole part in the patent is the technical part. It has only 3 criteria, so you need to fulfill the 3 criteria, then any of your invention is patentable. First, it should be new. Now, novelty is always judged from the priority date. Like for example, today I have filed a patent, 25th of September 2021. So the novelty criteria will be applicable before 25th. So before 25th September 2021, if we find anything similar to, exactly similar to what I have invented, then it will be not novel. But in case if it is nothing available in the publication or anywhere, then it is considered to be novel. Second is it should involve an inventive step. It should not be obvious, right? Like today, if you make a vaccine for corona, but it is like just similar to the existing vaccines which are available in the market, then it doesn't have any inventive step. Definitely, the end use can be for the corona only, but the way you have prepared. So in case if you go in detail about the Covishield or Covaxin or any other vaccines from any of the manufacturers or the innovator, you will see that all of them have a difference, right? The way they have been made, the technology that have been incorporated. So that is called the inventive step. Then only it is then only you can file the patent or you will get the patent. So these all are checked by the examiners at the patent office. And the third one is it should have an industrial applicability. No invention can be granted patent which is for the personal use. It should have the industrial applicability. Okay. Next, trademark, as you see on the screen, there are different you see all those things like 4 rings. If you see, you yourself know that it's an Audi. So be it a 3-year-old kid or a very old person or someone who doesn't even know how to read, then too they know that this is an Audi. Okay, Coca-Cola, I'm loving it. You know, it's a tagline for McD. So that's the value, or that's the impression that trademarks create. Okay, so they protect the brand names, taglines, product labels, logos, jingles. In fact, I told you the sound marks like the Netflix dadam sound or the smell. So there are tires known as the Dunlop tires. They use the rose smell so that whenever the car or any vehicle crosses, you get to know, okay, these are the Dunlop tires. So that is also the way to, you know, make it so distinctive in the minds of the people. And they can be potentially immortal. So as I told you that in patents, the shelf life, the shelf life of a patent is 20 years, but in trademarks, they are immortal. So first, when you file the trademark application, it will be granted for 10 years. But then again, you can renew that application for further times, right? So that is the beauty of trademark. That's why earlier, when this Coke company, which actually serves this carbonated drink, Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola never means a carbonated drink. But we people now, we have been so used to it that whatever it is, like if we want to have some soft drink also, in informal way we say, "Arey, do you have Coca-Cola?" Maybe you mean to have some orange carbonated drink or a lemon carbonated drink, but we used to connote it like Coca-Cola. But Coca-Cola never means a carbonated drink. The same way, Maggie doesn't mean noodles. No, but whenever you see any girls anywhere, you say it looks like Maggie. Right? So that's the beauty of the trademark, right? So it protects your goodwill, it protects your reputation, it protects your brand loyalty, consumer impression. Just to look at your college, okay? You are the DY part, you are coming from the DY Patil Institute, and when you say or meet someone or say that I'm from that institute, the people they say, oh wow, you are from that. So what is that? What is that? Is that the building that flashes in their mind? No, it's not the building. It's the alumni, is the placement, is their goodwill, is the benchmark, you know, they have created, that how they are like, how much exposure they are giving you, right? What is the quality of education they are providing you? And that's all is visible in their students also. To the goodwill. When you see some of any pioneer institutes students, you always say, wow, it's just they're building that, okay, this is the IIM building, this is the IIT building, or this is so and so building. No. The goodwill, the reputation that they have created over the years, that comes into your mind. Okay, the same happens with your consumer goods also. There are so many people who, like, when they go out or buy anything, be it medicine or the grocery or the clothes or anything, they're like, okay, this brand, I will buy this brand. How and why? Have you ever seen how it is manufactured? Have you gone there? No. But that brand has created that impression, and that impression creates how it is created. It's because of the quality. Like today, if I'm delivering something, okay, or in case if you are delivering somewhere something, it's your quality that create an impression, no, this is good. So that's goodwill and reputation. It's everywhere. That's why you will see a brand has been endorsed by a brand ambassador who himself or herself is a brand. Am I right? The celebrities, they himself and herself are a brand. They endorse the other brand, which is actually much big brand than them. That's the beauty of the brand. And for everything, they're getting the money. That's why I say that starting that, create one IP in your lifetime, be it anything, but create the one. Okay. So the key criteria is it should be distinctive, it should be non-descriptive, and it should be graphically representable. Distinctive means it should not be similar to the others, right? Second, non-descriptive. It should not be like that. For example, if you are if someone is an Apple seller, okay, then he can put the tag of or he can get the trademark of Super Apple 1, because it itself designate that it's an apple only. So it is very descriptive. But can you ever imagine that a software company named Apple? No. We can never imagine a software company named Apple. We can never imagine an apparel brand, the clothes brand, Banana. Okay, so these are non-descriptive terms. These are totally non-descriptive terms. Designs. Now, if you see, these are all the examples of design. So earlier, what happened? I was telling you the Coke case, which is very interesting case. So earlier, the shape of this bottle that you can see, it is protected by the design, because it is the physical appearance of the bottle which has to be protected by the design. But the design patent has a constraint of what? The shelf life, which is only for the 15 years, means maximum is 15 years. So it will be granted for 10 years, and then you have to make an application that we want the further protection of 5 years. So maximum you can get is 15 years. But just imagine that if Coke would not have trademarked this shape under the bottle shape under the trademark, they have lost their business. Right? They would have probably lost their business. So what they have done this strategy. So first they get it protected under the design mark, and on the when it was like going to expire after 15 years, at that time they got the same shape of the bottle under the trademark, and now it is like it will never die. This protection trademark is for like, it's immortal in nature. It never dies. It's just that you need to renew it after 10 years. Okay, so it used to protect the ornamental and aesthetic appearance of the objects. In pharma, you know, this is I think a tablet of tricogular, and you know that these kind of impressions you must have seen in pharma also. You have seen that Cadbury bubbly chocolate, that bubbles one. Those are designed, that is protected by design mark. Let me give you one more example. There is a biscuit, I think it's a Good Day, right? So the lines that you see over the Good Day, that is again a design mark. So see, if you take the example of Good Day, I would say, or if you take the example of this Tricogular tablet, which is in front of you. So this particular, the API in this tablet is protected by patent. The formulation of this patent is protected by patent. But the appearance of this tablet is protected by design. Okay, right? And secondly, the label information, the clinical trials and everything, whatever they have done, it is protected by the copyright. So you see single product, but so many IP. Same in the case of Coke, this Coca-Cola, if you see, the shape, earlier it was protected by design patent. Now it is protected by trademark. The name itself, Coca-Cola, is protected by trademark. Okay, in pharma also, the brand names that you see, okay, they are protected by trademark only, because the IAN, right, the non-proprietary names, they cannot be, the chemical names cannot be protected by the trademark. Definitely, it is descriptive. It shows that this is the product, so they cannot be, and one man cannot have the monopoly over all those things. So different generics innovators, they have the different names for the same chemical. So the drink inside this Coca-Cola, it is protected by either the patent. Okay, maybe the process is protected by the patent, or it may be protected by another kind of IP, which is called as the trade secret. Okay, which is kept the secret. Like the burgers of McD, KFC, all these are trade secret. The same way, if you jump to the electronic items, which you see, the Apple. So the Apple, the button Apple, all this thing, this is protected by the design. That's why if there is no Apple written over here, then too you know that this is iPhone. Okay, the name Apple and the logo of Apple is protected by trademark. Apple is based on iOS, okay, and it is protected by the patent. Okay, so here you will see there are so many IPs on a single product. Now, why designs are important? Designs have a very important role in our life because it actually attracts us, it draws our attention. And you know, when you go to the mall and you see so many dresses, it's like so many things. The only thing that attracts you is someone's design or the color or some pattern. So designs really have an important role because not everyone can read or write. Okay, so it's a big business decision. It's also like to create the impression in the mind of the people that just by design they pick the product. Like if you see the kids, okay, or the people who cannot read, although they cannot read, but if you ask them that which one is Yippee or which one is Maggie, they clearly indicate you that this one, yellow one is Maggie and this one is Yippee. Right? So this is the impression that they create. Now, what is the key criteria? One is the originality and second, non-functionality. As I mentioned in earlier also at the beginning, that patents give protection over the functionality, the technical aspects and all. But design patent, non-functionality, only the originality and the way it looks, okay? Be it anything, be it your watch, be it anything in your life. Copyrights, as you know, they protect the creative and artistic works such as literature, films, songs, lyrics, etc. You can see that a writer has written a book, he wrote a book, and after that, someone or a filmmaker or a producer, they are making films over it. Right? So copyrights can be expressed in a different way. But important is originality of expression, not idea. And second is fixation in a medium, right? It should be fixed in a medium. Something like if I wrote a poem, now writing that poem on a paper is a fixation of medium. Same if I'm orally presenting it in somewhere, that is also a fixation of medium. Important is idea always remains here. Expression of idea is protected by copyright. So it should not be like, okay, I'm thinking. No, it should come out of your mind and it should be expressed. Orally express aapne kiya, that is also a fixation of medium. I'm also speaking here. There are so many books available on IPR also, right? That is also someone's copyright. But I'm expressing my knowledge, that is also a fixation of medium. Fixation of a medium through digital, right? So fixation is required. Like for example, if you go somewhere, okay, and you see a very fantastic view and you captured it into your eyes, okay, now you go back and you drew that. Now it's a fixation of medium. The other way can be that you have a camera or you have a mobile, you take out and you just click the picture. Now it is another way of fixation of a medium in the form of photograph. So one has made a painting, another one has clicked a photo, and someone can make a song over it. That we always see. If you go, like if you listen the old songs, so you used to listen those things. They used to use these words, Nadiya ke paar, and all those things. So that is something what they have visualized. Now, if you just keep it into your eyes, then this is just an idea. That's why I've written here, if you see on the screen, originality of expression, not idea. Originality of expression means that, for example, you wrote something. Now it's your originality of expressing something. But tomorrow I read that book, maybe a pharmaceutical, okay, on pharmaceutics, you have written a very nice book and I'm reading it and I'm thinking, yeah, why not to convert this book into animation? Now that is my originality of expression and I can convert it word by word with your due permission. The same way someone wrote a book and it has been produced as a movie. You know, many writers, novel have been made as a movie. Now, if you see the producer, it also has the originality of expression because the medium is entirely different. The way is entirely different. So this is very important, and this is important from our field point of view also, right? Yes, these are the examples of few examples of geographical indication. So these are the Sundar Lambani embroidery. So there are so many. I mean, this is the example from Bellary, Karnataka. So these women's, they used to, do like this. So there are so many examples. I think you must have seen the work created from the bamboo, right? So the many things, so which indicates the geography of that particular area, the characteristics or those are called as the geographical indication, as name itself says, indicate, which indicates the geography. Okay. Dumbara mats, they are another example. They are the product from Sri Lanka, like all. So when the word comes, why geographical indication is important. When the word comes, is it authentic? Like, for example, I know what is Pantone. Okay, I know what is this fabric, what is, there is a sari, South Indian sari, so many South Indian and Bengali sari, like Taan saris, or Daniya Khodi sari, or something like that, Maheshwar sari from MP and all. I understand, but not everyone understands that. Okay, the same way I understand, okay, this is Nashik grapes, and I can easily say, no, this is not. But how could you say if someone is selling you the grapes at the price of Nashik grapes, saying them this is Nashik grapes? You are unaware, no? You don't know. Same way, I know few things, but it's not necessary that I know everything. So someone can cheat me, or I may not be getting my authentic product for which I put a lot of efforts. So that's why this GI, geographical indication, has come. Okay, it can be like your Bikaneri bhujia. So it can be eatables, it can be handicrafts. In fact, your rice, right? The basmati rice, those are also the example of this. So now let's focus on the IP cycle, that what happens basically. So first, you have to use this and you have to create something. Okay. And then the second phase not help. One has to protect it, otherwise the other people, right, they can use it. And third thing is you need to commercialize it. The important point is that yes, you have created something, yes, you have protected, but you should know that how to commercialize and reap the benefits out of it and how to earn money out of it, which is very important, right? See, I will tell you, there are two CVs. For example, there are two CVs in front of me. The one CV says that so and so person from same institute. Both are at par. There is hardly any difference. The only difference is in one of the CV, it is written that I have filed patent, I have registered one trademark, or I have this. Now, this itself is a branding of yourself, right? It itself is a branding of yourself. The same way, the overall idea of saying this thing and putting it into summarizing is it that when daily you go to your lab, okay, because in pharma, I did my pharma, I understand from that point of view, there are so many things we have to do in the lab. Then why not to innovate something, or why not to start something towards the innovation? The results we don't know, but at least we should have some data to generate. We have generated some data, we can write those data, right? And then we can always apply for the things. Okay, so this is the life cycle of a patent. I've just included patent because it is like very much important from our field point of view. So first you do the filing. Before filing, you do the drafting, which will be, I think, dealt in your second session, right? So first you do the drafting. After drafting, you do the filing. So there are so many forms through which you can file it. And then comes the prosecution. So prosecution is a legal word. Prosecution means that after filing, till the grant patent, the timeline between that is the prosecution, right? Then once it is granted, okay, then you have to renew it, right? And then there is an expiry. So total 20 years have been granted by way of patent. Now, if you see the Indian context, then in India, it is governed by the Patent Act 1970. Okay, it can be filed electronically or physically. Nowadays, the electronically, we all do e-filing only. And that is convenient also, right? And you file it at the patent office in India. There are 4 patent offices: Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata, and all are like created as per the territory, right? Then the term of patent, maximum term is 20 years from the date of filing, and they can be renewed annually by payment of annual fee. In case of trademark, it should be renewed after 10 years. Okay, but patent has a life, right? It has a life of 20 years. Trademark are immortal in nature. Now let's see role of IP in businesses, because as I told you that commercialization is very important. So filing you have done, okay, I mean, you have created first of all something, then you have protected it, but how to commercialize it? So let's see what is the role, what are the examples, and I think through these examples you will get to know, okay, we are into pharma. That doesn't mean that our focus should just restricted to patents only. No, it's not like that. So let's see different areas. Now you see all these are FMCG products, like fast moving consumer goods. Just imagine, let's do the mind mapping activity for a second, that for example, if I remove Coca-Cola from this bottle, Nestle from this, Britannia, everything from this, and it's like just the general biscuit packets are put there, the namkeen packets are put there, some carbonated drink is there, but without any name. Okay, don't you feel that it will create, first of all, the confusion, because you don't know the source from where it is coming. You don't know about the quality of the product, because it's just the Britannia that tells you the quality. Otherwise, you don't have any test to carry there, right? It's just the Nestle. You say, no, I want the product from ITC. I want this product. I want to buy. So just imagine the world without labels. Now, even you don't know from which source it is coming. Or in case, if you by chance like something and you are going back to buy the same product, how you will identify? It happens, when you go to some mandis and all, and you get some rice or these wheat, or I mean, sabke ghar mein hota hoga aisa. So you go there, but if you go the second time and ask him the same variety, is he able to provide you? No, it's not, because wo ekdam open market rehta hai. They don't have any branding also. Okay, but in those markets also, you must have seen there is someone who is famous for this, who is famous for this, who is famous for golgappe, who is famous for this, who is famous for this, and we used to go there. Vada pav khane jate hain, wo sab. So they have some name, na, or we identify the person by their face or something. So that is the goodwill that we create. So the important is that the fast moving consumer goods we pick because we have the trust over them. We have the trust over them. And why the trust comes? Because when someone creates their goodwill, right, the source from which is coming, it creates the goodwill. And this is how the brand recognition and consumer loyalty, it takes place, and it plays an important role. And so it is protected by the trademarks. Now, the external appearance that you see all over it is protected by the design. Just imagine if it doesn't have any design, then there's so many people who doesn't know about Nestle, but with just this nest and everything, they know it's Nestle. So the innovations and the new product, be it any or cream or the Coca-Cola, or I mean, any of the things, they are protected by the patents. So this is the illusion of choice in FMCG brands. Now you see there are so many varieties from a single company. Okay, but then too it creates a lot of illusion. So if all of them were not having any name, then it would be disastrous for us also to pick the things. That's why they have an important role, and that's why people used to invest in IP. That is the reason. You see IP everywhere, be it restaurant and hospitality. So you must have seen the McDonald's. There is a mascot, that you found outside the outside the McDonald's service restaurants. Okay, so that is also trademark protected. This M, and I'm loving it, it is trademark protected. Okay, so like these, through this, what they do. So like if you take the example here of McDonald's, then they franchises their rights, right, to the others, so that the others can use their trademarks, like their names, symbols, mascots, and access their services. In McDonald's consumer management, customer management services, and they can create their business also. So this is how the MACD has created their business, or based on the franchisee model. But important is that they have secured their symbols, their names, and everything, so that everywhere it will be used. Okay, people should pay royalty to them, and there is a uniformity. The next is, you see the apps and software. So the apps, the software code, they can be protected with the help of copyright. Okay, because that comes under the literary work, and that is protected by the computer programs, the apps, they are protected by the copyright. Okay. Then again, the design, the look, and the logo, they are protected by the trademark. I think there are innumerous trademark you can see on the screen. Like it's not necessary that WhatsApp is to be written just with the green color, a particular green color with this, it's a WhatsApp with F is written. Just imagine, does F means Facebook only? No, but I would say my kid, he used to say F for Facebook. So this is the image, the brand that they create, right? Now you see the pharmaceuticals. So we will stay on the slide for some time. It's like a glycomet trio. Now this glycomet trio, this name is protected by trademark because it is so and so company's name. So glycomet trio is a brand name, right, which is protected by the trademark. Now it has some contents. These contents are metformin plus glimepiride plus voglibose. Now these are the API. Okay, they may be protected. Now maybe their patent have expired, but they are protected by the patents, right? Or the combination or their formulation is protected by the patent, and the label information which is written at the side of this package, it is protected by the copyright. Okay, now this design that you see, okay, on the side of the design, you see there are so many ribbon type shapes are there. Now it can be protected by the design. Okay, so it is written also that pharmaceuticals, they are often marketed with the brand names which are easier to remember than the active ingredients, because we are coming from the pharma background. That's why for easy, it is very easy and obvious. Okay, it is metformin, but general public cannot speak it metformin. For them, it is very easy to speak glycomet. At least they will understand. Or if someone doesn't even remember the glycomet word, they will see, अरे उसका bottle ऐसा आता है, shape ऐसा होता है, tablet पे ऐसे punching होता है, कुछ tablet pink color की होती है, like that. So this is the way. The active ingredients, methods of manufacturing, formulation, drug combination, drug delivery technologies, they can be protected by the patent. The actual industrial and commercial process and formula, they can be kept as a trade secret. So one product, but so many IPs. Now, if you go into the field of automobiles, here also you will see that these tractors, if you see the four rings, if you see, you know that which company is manufacturing them, right? So the external unique appearance is also very important, and that's why design patent has a role into it. The colors can be protected, or the combination of colors can be protected by trademark also. And the internal technologies which are used in their engines or the gears, they can be protected by the patents. Especially the design of the cars, mostly in automobiles, the design of the car, the external appearance is protected by the design patent. And it is very important for them, because every car is a 4-tire vehicle in which used to transport you from one place to another. But then too, we have a choices, right? Why these choices are based, few of them are based on the technical, which may be the power of engine and something, but most of the people, they go with the design, that how it looks. Now, if you see in agrochemicals and agriculture, so as I told you, I'm just coming to my first word in the beginning is IP is everywhere. If you pick your toiletries, you will find it's HIT. Now, HIT doesn't mean that it is a repellent or something which kills the mosquitoes, or, take kills the cockroach or faint them. It doesn't mean like that. But in our mind, the company has put it like that, that HIT means mosquito repellent or something like that. Like if you see Odomos never mean that, right? So Roundup never mean that. Tide is a washing powder. From the Tide, now we know that it's a washing powder, but Tide was never mean, it doesn't have a literal meaning of a washing powder. So that's the image the trademarks they create. So be it any field, be it pharmaceutical, pesticides, or any of them, you will see IP everywhere. Now you just see, look at the design of the HIT. Now it is protected by the design patent. The bottle itself is protected, like the appearance of the bottle, right? It is all protected by the design. And the way it actually actuates, okay? Earlier it was like protected by a patent also. If you have seen the shaving blades, okay, Gillette, okay, so earlier they come with a single blade, now 2 blade, 3 blade. Now they have like multiple blades coming, and all of them are protected by the patent. And the appearance of that particular blade, it is protected by the design. Education, you are in education field now. If your college has some logo or something like that, okay, then it's very easy, to identify it, okay, like that. And for example, like IIMs and Harvard, they all are very renowned. So you can always start the commercial things by putting them on t-shirt, bottle. You see, there are so many cartoons like Chota Bheem, which is from India only, and so many like Doraemon and all. So what they are into that thing now, that they put it. Now the water bottles, they contain this, okay, the lunch boxes, they have the impression. In my time it was like Tom and Jerry and Mickey Mouse. So that was the era when we used to also have or pick those things which has got those cartoons. So the same way in education also, you can always acquire the branding and reputation in the market the way these institutions have done. And it can be done by trademark, and then you have to commercialize it by merchandising it, right? So the educational material that are produced in the form of the videos or the textbook, they are protected by the copyright. For example, right now I'm in front of you, so that is my copyright, right? Because there is a fixation of a medium, and at the same time there is originality of the expression. Whatever I'm speaking is out of my knowledge, okay? So this is how the inventions and the discoveries which are made on the institution level or the college level, right? For that, many funds have been given, and government always have motivated you like that. So that can be protected by the patents, and then later on they can be transferred to the industries, like it happens in the other countries as well, that education institutes, they actually perform the research and then they tech transfer it to the industries, right? So definitely this slide is very important from your point of view, right? So you can create, I mean, if you are very good in preparing notes, you can always commercialize them, okay? If you are good in writing, then write a book based on your knowledge, based on your experiences, based on the experiments, what you have done, so that when someone, okay, your junior or the next session, whenever it happens, and they will come in the lab, they should know, okay, till this time someone has tried, and now we have that much research with us. Now what the errors they have done, they have written. What the good output they have got, that is also documented. So now we know that this much base and foundation is there. Now we have to start from this. And this is the reason that whatever today we are, or the human beings have evolved, it is the reason of that. Someone has created that work. If there is no publication, then from where we will get the idea? Whatever the idea we are having today is just because someone has put it down, be it orally, or be it in written form, or be it graphically, right? Finance and insurance, the banking sector. So as I told you, now these are the basics of IPR. So basics of IPR means It is everywhere. It is everywhere in each and every component. And nowadays, as I told you, that you are getting the IP rights over the plant varieties also. Now just imagine, you know that Lay's packet, I think all of you must have used it, the Lay's packet in which the chips come, right? Now for your information, the chips that is made from that potato, it is protected under the plant variety, and that potato variety is very special because it contains less than 5% moisture. Okay, that's why it is totally grown for the Lay's chips. Okay, now the process by which the Lay's chips have been made, they are protected by the patent, or the masala that they use over there. Masala means the seasoning, that is protected by the trademark. Now it comes in 4 different colors: green, blue, red, and yellow. All are protected by the trademarks. The Lay's itself is protected by the trademark. Just imagine 5 rupee packet. The smallest packet comes 5 rupee. Okay, 5 rupee packet and so many IPs. The same way, Parle G comes 2 rupee packet and so many IPs. Bisleri bottle, the smallest is 10 rupee bottle. So many IPs. In fact, these days, Bisleri has started writing it in different regional language also, and they are getting the trademark for it. So clothing and footwear, this is like something brand, all of you know. There's nothing to like make you understand. We all go with the brands. Just pick the things like that. Luxury goods, they are renowned for the brands, right? Individuals. Now you see Sachin Tendulkar, this is his signature only, right? Javed Habib. So all these people, they are individuals, but today they are brand, and they have created their brand. By what? By showing the quality. The same way, if like the best example that I would quote, individual to become a brand or having the face value is like when you study in your college, okay, you are having a good academic performance, and you have a good research performance, or whatever it is. I mean, anything in which you are good, then that creates a reputation of yours. And over the years, this reputation will transform to the goodwill. And then you will be called by the people. Right? So individuals, they have created, these are the individuals who have built their brand with their name and multiple businesses around the world. Javed Habib is not present in any of the salons. Then to every salon says it's a Javed Habib salon. And he never cuts the hair. It's the other people who cuts, right? It's a franchisee model. You see, these days, there are so many online educators who are educating you. Okay, so someone has put their mind and created the platform. Now, all the educators, they have come together because they have been invited, and now they are producing the content over the internet for someone else, because someone has put that mind, not these. They were educating earlier also, they are educating now also. Only the medium has changed. But someone has created that platform. So that should be benefited. Definitely it should be benefited. Right? Now, you know, these small and local business, this Chayos, it has got like very famous and all. They serve tea. Just imagine, they serve tea, then too they believe in protecting the IP, be it color, be it their shape of the way they give, or be it any design. So there are so many examples. I mean, so many examples. Let's focus on what is the difference between the patent and industrial design. So you should not get confused between the two. The patent, it protects the new and useful invention. Okay, it can be any apparatus, product, process, manufacture, or composition of anything. Okay, while the industrial design, right, it protects only the surface appearance, the aesthetic feature of the product, not the mechanical features or not any functional feature. The technical or functional features of a product, it can be patented, it can be protected by patent, and the aesthetic and ornamental features of a product can be protected by an industrial design. For example, the cloth that you are wearing, okay, that cloth is made out of the fibers. Now that fabrics or fibers are made out of a very innovative process. Okay, so that will comes under the patent. But the design over your cloth that you are wearing, it is protected by the design. and any product can be protected by the combination of both the patent and industrial design. Now, the difference between the trademark and patent, it's very easy. The patent protects an invention, we know. Trademark protects the brand and its associated features, and especially from where it is coming, like who is the source, okay, who is producing it, right? So this is the difference. These are the international treaties that all of you must go through. There are few multilateral treaties, okay? So all of the countries, they have to ratify, only then only you will get the same treatment in other countries when you are going for the IP filing. Like for example, if you have filed a patent in India and you want to file it in the US also, right? So you can only go when India has ratified all these treaties. And yes, India is a member of all these treaties. That's why it is very important to go through all these TRIPS. It is already in your syllabus. Then it is administered by WIPO, it is World Intellectual Property Organization, or WTO, which is World Trade Organization, Paris Convention, Patent Convention Treaty, and all those things. So this is how I think we have completed it. There are a few examples. I'm just running the slide. You just go through it. These are the portfolio approach, like single product, but on single product, there are so many IPs, right? So like Coca-Cola, external appearance by design, brand name, logo, shape, bottle registered under trademark, formula of a drink, it is kept as a trade secret or disclosed by the patent. Parker pen, you know, the external appearance registered as design, the arrow on the cap that you see, the arrow on this, right? It is, arrow, it is registered as trademark, and the inner working of the pen, be it like cartridge mechanism or ballpoint mechanism, etc., they are registered by the patent. iPhone, you know, external appearance, brand, and the inner mechanism, touch screen display, or it is based on some iOS technology or whatever, it is protected by the patent. So this is how all about today's basics of IPR, which is everywhere, right? And thank you so much. My company's name is also protected by trademark.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.